Hello, all. This is Wayne Chambers, 36 Chambers Finance. Uh, Let us this week talk about, do businesses really care for their customers? That's a pretty difficult question. I'm still getting it straight here. That's a pretty difficult question because the goal of a business is to make money. The secondary goal would be to make their customers happy. But many times those goals are intertwined because, of course, if your customers aren't happy, you can't make money. But there are circumstances where it doesn't matter if the customer is happy or not. You're still going to make money. Those circumstances in particular would be something along the line of, say, a pharmaceutical company. They may want you to get better, but they may not want you to be totally healthy. If you were totally healthy, they wouldn't make money. They'd go out of business. So in saying that, it's like, yeah, we want to make our customers happy, but we don't want them to make them happy to the point that they don't come back. Americans have U.S. citizens have a I guess you could say, as funny as it sounds, they're more loyal to to businesses than they are to people. You have people, and being in a state like North Carolina, you got the truck wars go on constantly. Ford, Chevy, GMC, Dodge, they the big dogs down here. You actually rarely hear. That is like one of the few markets that you will not hear a whole lot of foreign vehicles in when it comes to that argument of just power. And the truck market is it's funny. It's funny sometimes because they really go in on each other. But the loyalty of their customers to them outweighs the loyalty of the business to the customer. Because the businesses, and even though you may have people in the business that care for their customers, the bottom line of the business is to make money. That's the bottom line. There's no getting around it. So if the bottom line of the business is to make money, answering the question of, does a business care for its customers and consumers, you'd have to say the overall answer is no. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't say I'm saying businesses aren't charitable, but that's a difference between being charitable and caring for their customers. There's a difference in that. Being charitable for a business translates to a tax write-off. Once again, this is not saying individuals in the business don't care. This is just saying the business as a whole, that translates into a tax write-off. So if it's a tax write-off to them, of course they're going to be charitable. Of course they're going to look like they care for their customers, and they're going to do all types of donations. It's in their best interest to do that. It's in the bottom line to do that. The more that they act that way, the more money they're going to make. It's an illusion that is commonly put out there to fool you and I, the consumers, into thinking that certain companies work in the best interest of the people. They work in the best interest of getting their money. That's just what they do. I mean, it's not a bad thing. But let's be real about it. Let's put it out there as the truth. That's what they do. They are working in the best interest of getting their bottom line. So if they're working in the best interest of getting their bottom line, your happiness or the happiness of the consumer is a byproduct. It is not the main product that they're going for. It is not the main outcome of what they want to do. It's just a byproduct that they have to be aware of. So they're out here getting this money, and a byproduct is making you happy. How many times, perfect example, how many times have people gone to restaurants that they didn't like because a friend liked it? You're eating food you don't like. Do you do that at home? So why would you eat something that you don't like? Or why would you go to a clothing store that, for the most part, it's not in the best interest of your area or where you live at, simply because of the pricing that they have or how cheap it is? It's amazing how it's really dynamic in consumers being more loyal to a business than the business is to them. That dynamic is shaping many things, and it makes no sense. It makes no sense that you would continue to be fanatically loyal to a business that doesn't care about you at all. You know, businesses donate millions of dollars to get their particular campaign person or senator or representative what elected that works in their best interest. So if they want someone who's working in their best interest, what does that say about them trying to work in your best interest? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for big business. I mean, I understand the need for it. It's out there. That's what it is. I mean, everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to be millionaires. But I don't want you all to be fooled in thinking these businesses are taking care of you, and that they're taking care of you is their main function. No, it's not. If you're looking at a business whose main function is to take care of people, that's a non-profit. Their bottom line is not making a profit off of what they're doing. And most of the time, they're getting donations from other people to do what they're doing. So you have charitable donations going on, and we can expand on that briefly for the fact that individuals are more giving than businesses are. Individuals can't give as much, but you're talking about the percentage of what they give, not the actual monetary value of what they're giving. If you have $1 and you give 50 cents, you are giving 50% of that dollar. Now, a business has millions, sometimes billions of dollars. I want to talk about a company like Nike, and Nike over the years has donated probably well over $1 billion to charitable donations and to charitable events and foundations and things like that. Over $1 billion. But Nike has made probably over that same amount of time that they've donated $1 billion, they've probably made $1 trillion. So if they've donated $1 billion, which seems like a lot of money, but they've made $1 trillion. That's a drop in the bucket. Not even 10%, not even 1%. Yet individuals who make $50,000 a year and donate $5,000, that's 10%. 10% of your income has gone to a charitable donation. And from a financial standpoint, as a tax write-off, that's great. Being able to donate is great. Donate clothes, make sure when you donate something, make sure you get that slip as proof of your donation so that you are able to write that off at the end of the year. So that you are able to get a rebate, help with your taxes by those charitable donations. But a business who donates in the billions, of course, they're going to get a bigger tax write-off. And even individuals, you often hear about individuals who donate millions of dollars. That's because they don't want that money to be taxed. And it also lowers their income level for the year. There's always method to the madness. So being charitable for business is still business. It's always going to be business to them. So everything a business does is moving in a business fashion. I keep looking at my water because it looked good. I'm pretty thirsty today. So, it's good stuff. And then I'm keeping up with monitoring everything. I got all kinds of good stuff coming in all the time, people, all the time. Always call me if you got questions. Send me an email. Write me on here while I'm live. I got the live chat up. Y'all can get at me live anytime. Let's talk about some this week in finance. Well, I just read an article on that in 2016, the United States added 400,000 millionaires to its count. 400,000 households. That means either the household is single, it could be one person, or it could be both persons of a married couple working in a household to be a million. For that household to be a millionaire household. That's kind of profound in the fact that it's a millionaire. Your household is now in the millions of dollars. It is also a way of seeing inflation. $1 million is not worth what $1 million was worth then. We're talking 20 years ago. So with inflation and things like that, it's probably more of a $700,000, $500,000 household. But with the right planning, with the right financial security and financial investments, any household can be $1 million household. I'm trying to make every household $1 million household. That's my goal. What happens in a country so dependent on money if every household is $1 million household? Does that mean you're not making no money unless you're a billionaire? Probably. You're not going to be rich till you're a trillionaire. So we trying to 400,000, adding 400,000, there are over 10 million millionaire households in the U.S. That is saying 1 out of every 10 households is a millionaire household. That's crazy. I mean, when you really think about it, that's crazy. 1 out of every 10 households is bringing in $1 million worth of money. And that's not yearly. That's their worth. That's the net worth of the household. That means between investments, between paychecks, savings, they have $1 million. So you have to put all that stuff together and see what they're worth. That's how you have people such as Buffett and all them and billionaires. They don't keep that money in their house. It's not like they got a money bin in the back. Yeah, for people that remember. But it's not like they got a money bin in the back and they go swimming in their money every day. Net worth does not mean that money is something that they have on them. It just means that they're able to gather that money if necessary and have it. Give me a week, I can have $1 billion right here on the floor in my house. Not saying I'm going to do it, but I am quite capable of doing it. That's what that means. These guys write checks to other companies or to stocks in the millions of dollars. And we added 400,000 of those in 2016. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it was people who, were making 250 and all of a sudden they're making 10 million. Usually it's people teetering on the line about, making about 850, 950, and the next year they just bumped it over. So that is great. That is showing that our market is stable. That is showing that businesses are improving. The people who have money are to be having that many to where you can say 1 in every 10 households is millionaire household. That is a great statement. But what I focus on is the 9 out of 10. We're trying to get you to be in a millionaire household. But to get you into that household, you got to sit down and you got to think strategy. It's not always about saving. Sometimes it's about spending correctly. That's what I'm here to teach people to do. That's what I do. It's not all about saving. Anybody can save. But saving is not going to make you money. Saving is not going to save you money. You just put money to the side. I advocate saving for emergencies. But to get into the $1 million range, you need to know how to make your money make money. So, like myself, man, I found me a new venture. You know what I'm saying? I got me a energy drink that I found. It's great. It's actually a good energy drink. And I actually found it on Facebook. I tried it out. It's actually pretty good. And I drank one at about 4 o'clock one day, and at 1 o'clock in the morning I was still running. Man, I was still staring at the walls, about to jump off the wall. So, small business based out of the US, and it sells energy drinks. These energy drinks, you have sugar free and you have the sugar one. But it also expands on another aspect of our economy, and that's the Mary Jane, marijuana, weed. But what they're doing is using the seeds from the weed, which doesn't have as much THC in it, which is the part of the cannabis that gets you high. The quality, the amount is minuscule, so it's not getting you high. It provides a more herbal type of quality to it, so that you're able to get nutrition out of it. Because it surprised me. I pulled it up right here. I'm looking at it, and you've got vitamin A, B1, B2, D, E, calcium, iron, manganese, magnesium. I mean, it gives you omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. It contains 20 amino acids, and 9 of them are essential that the body itself can't produce. So, I found the more I'm actually reading on it, the more interest it's actually getting from me. Because, something that's good for you and gives you energy at the same time, and it don't taste like straight. I didn't get that straight type of sugar type taste from it. It does have a sweet taste, but it don't taste like I'm just drinking liquefied sugar. So, basically they have a hemp and they have the non-hemp. So you can get a straight energy drink, or you can get the hemp energy drink. Now the hemp energy drink, of course, has all these benefits to it, and it says over time it can help with ADHD, breast pain, diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, MS, obesity, rheumatoid arthritis, skin allergy. I mean, it would seem like, going back to big business, this would have been on the market years ago. But if something is going to be tasty and help you, and it's not going to cost thousands of dollars to buy it, it's not in the interest of big business to try to market something like this. And small company, they've been around for a couple years, and I'm really interested to see how long they stay around, because as the legalization of marijuana grows, these type of companies are going to spring up everywhere. But there's a difference between smoking these and actually using it and ingesting it for health benefits. Remember, this is natural. This grows in nature. Cigarettes don't grow in nature. You are not going to get a Cool. You are not going to get a Newport just by wrapping up a tobacco leaf in some paper. You're not going to get it. There are so many additives they put in that. It's not the same thing. So, when you've got something that is a benefit to you, and small companies are trying to put this out, this is what I'm talking about, people, when I say you gotta be thinking. Small companies put this out. Small companies grow. Small companies need more people. Small companies hire more people. Big companies grow. Big companies get big business. Big companies don't necessarily hire more people. There is no connection between the management and the guys working the floor. There's really no connection. All they want to see is bottom line. And if the bottom line says we're making $10 million a year with 40 people working for us, what if I went down to 35 people? Would we still make $10 million? Okay, we got 35 people making $10 million. And these people are happy just to have a job. So, you ask yourself that question when you think, does business really care about you? They laid off all these peoples when the quote unquote recession came in. They still made profits. When the recession left, now we got record profits. Did they hire a bunch of people back? No. Being happy just because you have a job is not enough. And if big business is not going to provide us with what we need, we turn to small business. We turn to people who, guess what, I can turn around at my desk and my boss is right behind me. I can talk to him. He will understand what's going on. I can show him I'm not abusing the system and I'm not just a number. Once again, I'm not against big business. I'm not pro or con to big business, but I am pro small business. So there's my small business for the week, and I'll probably be talking about it for a while. Put it back up there so you can see it. Energy drink. Hemp, as they call it, energy drink. Knock yourself out, man. Man, I'll sell you some. You give me a call. Hit me up. I'll sell you some of this. I got some here at the house. I will ship you some. I get with the company myself if it's too much for you. And I'll ship it to your house from my business. So support these small companies like this so that they can grow. And then we'll put them to the same standards we put big business to. Well, y'all, it's been a good 30 minutes. I enjoyed talking to y'all as I always do. I look forward to seeing you all next week. And as always, if you have any questions or you have a topic that you want me to speak on, shoot me an email. Hit me up on the phone, leave a message, whatever you need to do. I will speak on that topic. And you can either catch it live like you're doing now, or you can catch it later when you can see the after recording. I'm going to give you nothing but the truth here, people. Nothing but the truth. And it's going to be raw, and sometimes it's going to be hard. I'm not sugarcoating anything, and I'm not doing anything fancy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dazzling you with lights. I'm not dazzling you with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to give it to you. Cut me in your car. Put me to the side. I'm not sitting up here being biased against anything. I can be pro stuff. But there are a few things that I'm going to actually be against. So, once again, it's Wayne Chambers, 36 Chambers Financial. I appreciate you all showing up. I'll see you all next week.